Hey guys, how we doing? Nice morning. It's Monday morning. A little cool last night, down to 36 degrees. Almost had a frost. But it's picking back up. I think we're probably about 60, 55, 60, something like that now. Went to a VW show, Transporter Fest. I did a video. I may or may not put that up. They're getting a little... I think people are getting a little tired of watching them. But while I was there, I didn't find much, but I did find a steering wheel for the Blue Bay. And the one that was in here, I don't know what the hell happened to it. Does person drank too much coffee or what? But there's just like chunks taken out of this wheel. I don't know if you guys can see that on the profile. See it? It's like, I don't know, where maybe it had a steering wheel cover on it and it chomped into it. But in any event, first thing you do when you hop in this bus, it just feels like hell because you're grabbing the steering wheel and that feels like shit. So it makes you kind of feel like the rest of it's the same way. But anyway, for 20 bucks, we got a better one. I may clean it up, probably paint it, and we'll see how it cleans up first. If need be, I'll paint it and pop that puppy on there. That'll take care of that. And that was Sunday at the show. It's the only thing I got the whole time. The curtains I just threw in the bus for now. It started to rain that night after I did the curtains, so they're just kind of sitting in here. They're still damp. I need to go downstairs and throw them in the washer and the dryer. Went yard sailing on Saturday, my norm, and Deerfield, the town of Deerfield had its town-wide yard sale. And I got a little bit more picky. Sometimes I load the truck up with just absolutely everything. And this time I just kind of held out for power equipment for the most part. Is what I was looking for. And I think the first piece I came across was this thing. It's a John Deere backpack blower. Little BP40. I have a feeling it's made by Echo. And John Deere put their name on it. I'm not sure of that though. So that was 20 bucks. It runs, does everything it's supposed to do, starts right up. And tis the season to flip this, so I'll probably put this out for about 100 bucks and see if you get anywhere between 180 bucks, 80 and 100 bucks for that. One of the sales had this old school Hot Wheels box. Funny, when I was a kid, I seem to remember these being a lot larger. And it's got some miscellaneous stuff in it. Nothing. I don't think there's anything to write home about in here. You know, a lot of them have been painted with different stuff and shoe polish, whatever. So that was that. It was $5, but the date on it was 1968 on the container. So I grabbed it just because I knew it was a real old one. Just 3 and over. Doesn't say when you could stop. I'm over 3, a little bit. Same yard sale as the backpack blower was this Dremel kit, and has about 80 or so cut off wheels in there, and then a bunch of stones and whatnot. And that was $5 for the kit, so I grabbed that. Dizzy stopped over. He grabbed the Corvette go-kart body, and he had a go-kart that would fit on, so that worked out well. And I hooked him up with another horn for his fire bike, and he did a job somewhere, and he came across these and he gave these to me, which is a bunch of masonry cut off saw bits, and I appreciate that. And I'm gonna go stash them with the other blades in the house in the basement. And then this guy is kind of like a fine file. Not quite sure what that would be for, but we're gonna go put that in the metal hoard pile for possibly something in the future. So it's really cool seeing him. I was glad he was able to come up and take that, put some use to it. Moving on, I got a Honda powered generator. It's got a 5.5 horse motor on it. It is max 2500 output with a run of 22. It's just 110 volt. It is a Dayton. Dayton's a good name for power equipment. At least it was a good name. And so that's why I grabbed that. It runs nice and quiet. He had a whopping price of $200 on there, and I offered him 140. He said 150. I said, let's start it up and run it. It ran good, but when you went to go to an idle, it didn't have an idle circuit, so it kept revving off that idle circuit. You know, it cuts out and comes back, cuts out and comes back. So it needs a really good carb cleaning. So I went back with 140 and he took that. I'm either gonna go bring that to the camp and leave that there for a power source. I do have another Chinese generator, or I might stick this on the camper, the front of the camper, and have a power, remote power for the camper, but we'll see. I was happy with that. And then I found this funky thing. This piece right here. It's like something off of a robot. It's like a double-walled, weird-looking kind of chimney-looking section. With looks like it sucks air in here and catalysts back out the top side of it, and kind of for an extra cooling of the outer layer. So that's going to go for part of the pellet stove. That was $3, and again, I didn't talk her down on $3. So that's the other piece that I got. I'm gaining more and more bits and pieces for one of the stoves, one of the pellet stoves. That'll be probably for the garage setup, whatever I come up with. And the one that's going in the house, I'm just going to buy a complete kit from Home Depot and install it. And moving on is all summer long I couldn't find any snowblowers worth a damn for any kind of money. This one was out for $20. It's one of those single paddle looking ones. And it just kind of throws it straight. It's good for light stuff. It's good for decks and stuff like that because it's got the rubber pads on them, so it doesn't do damage or as much damage as anything else, even a shovel. And that seemed to run fine. It's probably 3.5 horse, 2-stroke. Some of those have clutches on them, which is neat. I was kind of actually hoping that's what it had, a clutch setup on it, because I wanted to steal components for a bike build for those Echo motors. And anyway, so that's that. I'll clean that up and flip that. And then this is probably the best part of the whole deal, was this Simplicity snowblower. It had one tire popped off the bead, and it wasn't used very much. It was a woman, it was her dad's, and dad passed away. They ended up going to her house, and I'm looking at it, and the lighting's not all that good, but let's see, the paint's all still on pretty much on the inside, so it really does not have that many hours on it. The shoes look good, everything runs fine on it. It just needs a good bath. You can tell it's been sitting where the dirt is on it. I popped the cover off, the belts looked fine. She was asking, she tried getting a number out of me, I tried getting a number out of her. She came finally with 125. I was like, I came back with 80. She hemmed a little bit and came back and said, nah, I think I'll wait and see if I can get a little bit more out of it. I looked at it a little bit further. That's when I popped the cover off and looked at the belts, and looked okay. I came up to $100. She said okay, and I said okay, and drove it up the ramps onto the truck, came home, popped the tire on the bead. That seems to be holding fine. The only other damage, and I knew it at the time, was the gear on the end for rotating the shaft is shattered off of it. So I just need to go get that gear kit, order that, and that should be a nice snowblower. Simplicity makes a good snowblower too. They're probably one of the best ones out there quality wise, or were. Again, you got to keep watching who buys what company and what they start slapping their name on, but these are fairly decent. You know, these are some of the stuff that you see in not the box stores, you know, the better regular power equipment retailers. So guys, that was my hunt for this week. And as I said again, I just tried maintaining going to power equipment and staying with oh no, I forgot something, babbling on. So one of the things I also did find was this Cambridge Soundworks stereo, and of course it's got the subwoofer, powered subwoofer, and then the 2 speakers, and it's got a remote on it. And you guys probably wonder, why would you buy that? The reason, I don't have enough stereos in the garage, but the reason why I wanted it is because it's powered by 12 volts. That you know, and this unit is both powered by 12 volts. So, you know where I'm going with this already. That whole system will go right into a car, and then you could use the remote to control it. You don't need to see the unit, and the sound is remarkable on this thing. So I will be powering that. That's probably not good for it. That will be going in, I believe, the single cab, and I will hide that so you don't see it, and still have some good tunes in there. So that was $10, and I figured that was well worth it for what I'm going to use it for. And I think I got that last one. Now, it's a fire extinguisher I got the week before. And a friend of mine saw me make the cue ball steering knob, and so he came over with a pile of more cue balls in a rack. And so I guess I'm going to go into, I don't know what he wants me to do with those, into production. So we'll see. But I can't refuse good shit. So, all right, guys. Again, thanks for watching, commenting, subscribing, and take care. Bye.